Oh, I guess I better turn that back on. Okay. Welcome, everybody. This is the first time I ever used a system like this. So if it gets messed up, well, please forgive me. Okay. And what I'm doing is this is streaming live to both of my YouTube channels and to my Facebook page. So now that I said that, I'd like to say hi to my YouTube subscribers. Thanks for watching. And anybody else who's watching. And if you're not a subscriber yet, please do that. That'd be cool. And to all my Facebooky friends who are on here, and some of them will be on here. And I'm just going to kind of talk a little bit at first until I see when you join the stream, make a comment and say hi so we know you're here. And also, I know some of my friends ask me, about the recipes and how I do this and that. And I thought it'd be much easier to do it this way. It'd be live. Everybody could ask questions and I can answer them to the best of my ability. And I also have my friend Lori, who is going to be on here with me also very shortly. And she has had such great success with the keto and she's had a massive weight loss. And I'm going to let you tell you all about that. And she's also like the queen of desserts, of keto desserts. Everything that she makes just makes me really want some. So that's about that. Hold on a second. I got to check that out. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay. I'm going to tell you a little bit, I guess, a little bit about me first, I suppose. Heck, I don't I don't know. I never did a live show before. I don't know if I'm doing this right or not. But, and we might get interrupted by some big dogs. Okay. All right. What I'm going to do is, you know what? I'm just going to let Lori come on and she can tell you a little bit of her story and then we'll go for there. So I'm going to add Lori and I'm going to remove.
You put me in the hot seat. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Maybe that will help.
This is my first time too, so I'm not sure if anybody can hear me.
I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, Lori?
Hello.
Hi.
I can now. I wasn't sure if I wanted to make sure that you heard me first before I started anything.
Yes, go ahead. Hi, Trina. Go ahead, Lori, and tell people about yourself, how much weight you've lost, and anything you want to include.
Let's see. I'll be 5 years in the end of May. Started out because of menopause, weight gain, 65 pounds in a year and a half. No control over emotions, cravings, hungry all the time, mood swings. My husband told me about Be Balanced that he had seen on TV. I went in there and they have something like a ketogenic thing, but starving yourself of calories instead of carbs. and I tried it the first couple days, and it was awful in that the first 2 days you did a load up on fat for 2 days, which you just ate fat for 2 days, and then you started your 500 calories. You were going to have to do that for 28 days. Well, I lost 4 pounds the first 2 days, and then I couldn't go like 24 hours on I mean, I was hungry all the time. So I can't do this.
Mhm.
Those 2 days when I didn't have any carbs, just on the fat, I mean, it was just awesome. So I just did some research to figure out why I could eat all this fat. Basically, I was eating bacon and shrimp pretty much ate for 2 days.
Wow.
So I felt awesome, lost 4 pounds, and decided there's something to this. So I started researching and, found the ketogenic. And it just, I lost 12 pounds the first 2 weeks of inflammation. Sorry, my light's not the greatest here. But yeah, I mean, I'm down 83 pounds since then. Be 59
That's
in
awesome.
March or April. Yeah, yeah. Now I have
Wow.
added exercise, walking. I walk about 70 for the last. I started last May at like 5 miles because I pretty much didn't exercise this whole time till then. So that really kick-started more weight loss after all these years. But I eat, you know what I eat. I mean,
Yes.
we eat a lot. We eat a lot. We're out never hungry. I always have treats every day. Me and my husband. My husband's lost 50 pounds in almost 3 years, 2.5 years. Blood numbers all great, except of course cholesterol, which people will think you're going to die. But
Yeah,
I
I
like my
know.
high numbers there. So
Me
yeah,
too.
yeah, yep. I mean, according to that, we should live forever. Am I right?
Yes, that's right.
With the
And
high
you know,
LDL. Yes. Yep.
do you know it's because of you that I started on this whole journey?
Oh well, and you're
Yes.
done wonderfully. Yes.
Well, I'm not done yet. I'm still going at it, but you're the
Oh,
one
me
that
either.
got me curious because I knew I had to change something. I knew I had to do something,
Absolutely.
but I didn't know what to do and or how
Right.
to do it. And I always tried or thought I was eating healthy according to, what the
Right.
government says, and come to find out that's not the truth. But
Right.
watching what you posted on your page and seeing the food you were eating and how you were losing the weight and feeling better.
It doesn't make
I
sense, does it?
No, and I remember telling you, if you remember this one time, that I didn't think I could afford to buy all that stuff. Do you remember that?
I do.
Yeah.
I do.
Well, guess what? It's not hard to afford to do this when you cut out all the other garbage you were buying.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And you got your fresh eggs and stuff. I envy
Well,
you for
my
that.
chickens are slacking right now, so I'm having to buy eggs. But
Yeah.
come springtime, I should be okay again. I hope. I might
Yep.
have to get a few more chickens, maybe.
Yeah.
But I wanted
Right.
to. Do you have any photos or anything you'd like to show?
I don't know how to do it on my laptop.
Oh, okay. Well,
Um,
I can do it, and
this is the first
if
time
you
I've been on my laptop in probably 3 years.
I'm just the opposite for everything almost I do on my computer. And then my phone I use for little bitty things, like maybe a cute video
Yeah.
of the dogs
No,
or
I got
something.
spoiled. Yeah.
Oh, well, I can show, I have some pictures that I'd like to show
Yes.
everybody. And so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And I don't know how many people we have watching here, but if you're watching, type a comment in and just say hi or something so we know you're here. So I'm going to go ahead and start showing you some of this stuff. I'm going to take us off of the screen. Let me take me off too. So I use I hated taking pictures of myself before. Now I don't mind as much, but I still I've shrunk down to I'm in a size 12, some 10s now I can fit into. And I've lost a total of 75 pounds. But somehow, and I'm sure Lori, you'll be able to understand this, that sometimes I look in the mirror and I still see the fat me, although that's starting to disappear now. But when I go shopping for clothes, I'm automatically looking in the plus size section and I don't have to shop there anymore. And that is the coolest thing ever. I mean, the coolest thing ever. I'm going to show you one other thing here. This is my before and after stuff. And I think if you put your screen to full screen, you'll be able to see this. Yes, I do, Sarah. I measure myself. In fact, the little graphic I have up on the screen, I'm going to show you. When I started this, I weighed 255 pounds. This is the before column. Over here is the after column. Right now, this morning, I weighed 179. So here are all my measurements that I've taken. So I've lost a total so far, just up to today, of 76 pounds, 40 and a half inches. And that's awesome. But you know what the best part is? The best part is right here, these health conditions. They have almost totally gone away. And sorry, my dogs came in covered with snow and they're climbing up around my camera equipment here. So if things go crashing down, you'll know what happened. Get down, Emmy. Oh, she's a stinker. Okay. So, health conditions. Depression. I used to have depression. It was, I would say, moderate to severe. It's gone. My brain fog is gone. Gum disease. Oh my gosh. Some of you, hold on. Oh, she's going to knock my light down. Get down, Sarah. Get down. Go on. Get down. Get down. Thank you. Holy moly. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back in a second. I knew I should have locked them up before I started doing this. Oh, okay. Anyway, I'm sorry. I had gum disease. I didn't know what it was, but I used to have to keep going to the dentist. I kept getting these tooth infections, and I'd go to the dentist, and he didn't give me any solutions other than to pull my tooth out or do a really expensive root canal, which I couldn't afford. And some of my Facebook friends, they'll remember about me posting about that. It was about once or twice a year. And okay, so anyway, that's gone. Since I changed my diet and took out all the carbs and the crap. Well, not all the carbs. I do still have some, but not very many. But since I got rid of all the garbage in my diet, I don't have the problems with my teeth anymore. I had fatty liver. That's gone. I used to have sleep apnea and had to use a CPAP machine. I don't have to do that anymore. The arthritis, like I was talking about before, I used to take my mom to Walmart once a month and she would use one of those electric carts to go around. And there were times that I had to use one as well because I couldn't walk. It was that bad. Well, it's gone. Well, it's not gone, but it's dormant, I guess you would say, because the only time I ever know it's there is if I have a rare cheating time and I eat something I know will make my inflammation flare up. But most of the time, I don't even know it's there. And then my thyroid, I have Hashimoto's, which I didn't know really. I had suspected, but I've been on thyroid medicine for, oh gosh, I don't know, 30 years. But anyway, that's leveled out and get under control. My dosage got lowered twice. My eyes, the last two times I went to go get glasses, I got a less stronger prescription, and my eye doctor was kind of shocked about that. He said he doesn't see that happen other than when people are getting glaucoma. But I don't have that. Oh, okay. So we have energy, and I sleep a lot better. And I was pre-diabetic to diabetic. I went from 7.1 to 5.1 or 5.5 on my A1C. So all of those things are either gone or dormant, and I feel a lot better. Granted, I'm 63. I'm never going to be a teenager again, but I haven't felt this good since I was probably in my 30s, maybe. I mean, I still have a day here and there, maybe once in a blue moon, but not very often. So that is what, let's see, what was I going to say? Yeah, right. Yes, Gregory, you can ask questions here. Just type your question in caps so I realize it's a question, and then we will try to answer it for you. Yes, Sarah, carbs make my knees hurt too, really bad. Okay, now I'm going to back out of here, and I'm going to let Lori come back in here, and because she may have something she wants to add. So there you go, Lori. You have anything to
Yeah.
add to any of
Did
that?
did I miss cholesterol numbers
Oh,
like your
I didn't.
HDL and your triglycerides?
I knew I was forgetting something today. I was going to scan my records in and post it, and I forgot. My cholesterol is much better now than it was a few years ago. Um, some of the overall cholesterol is still higher than what mainstream doctors think it should be,
Oh,
but I'm not worried
yeah,
about that because
yeah,
my triglycerides are coming down. And yeah, so you know what, we'll do another one of these probably again. Maybe I'll do one every week. I don't know.
yeah.
But
So many people
next
are
time,
so afraid of, yeah,
yeah, they get scared of the cholesterol. I'm
yeah.
not afraid of that.
No,
I'll
no.
have to
And
look it up.
the triglyceride, yeah. No, I have those numbers embedded in my head.
Hmm. Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, my ratio is very good. It's like 0.85 for triglycerides over HDL. My
Yeah.
HDL is much higher than my triglycerides.
Hmm. See,
Yeah,
mine is not yet, but it's getting there
yeah,
because
yeah. John's is
I
like
have
1.2.
I have had a few weak moments during this past 2 years. Of course, with everything that's been going on in the world, I think a lot of us have. But I had a few
Yeah,
times where I really cheated, backslid, and started eating some crap again. So I had to get myself back on track. So, but
yeah.
yeah,
I'm too afraid to even go down that slope because this is the first time I've
honestly,
ever had control. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, I regret it if I do it, which hasn't been too often that I've done that, but I regret
you
it
got right back to
immediately.
it. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
and I hear that
exactly.
so often, and it's like it's that's why I make sure we have those treats every day, but it's one in the morning and one in the afternoon, and we're done.
I love that because although I like sweets, I've never really would, with the exception of right before I started this whole thing back in 2019, every time I went to my local market, I had to come home with a donut. I just had to. And I'm
Yep,
addicted to carbs and sugar. And I was addicted. Well, I guess I still am. It's sort of like once you're addicted to something, you're always like
yep,
I'm a carbaholic, and I always will be. That's why I have to be careful with what I eat because I
yep.
know darn well if I eat something that I shouldn't, it's not going to be good.
And that's why the things that we make don't do anything to our blood sugar or our insulin, and that's how I base everything we eat on blood sugar and insulin. And
You
I
have
tell
me. Oops, where'd she go? I think I lost Lori. Uh-oh. Lori, come back. But well, until Lori gets back in here, um, she makes me drool with the stuff that she posts on her page. And I know this past Thanksgiving, I posted some pies and things I made that was really good. I mean, they were delicious. That's the most desserts I have eaten like since in almost forever. Um, let's see. I'm trying to get okay. There she is. She's coming back. But so I made this pumpkin cream pie that only had like one carb in it. It was flipping awesome. I mean, like my husband used to say, it was so good it make your tongue beat your brains out. There you are, Lori. I lost you for a minute.
there we are.
Yeah, there you are. somebody wanted to ask a question, and
Yeah.
Gregory said, "Are we allowed to ask questions here?" Yes, Gregory, you may ask any question you would like, or anybody else. So anyway, people ask me what I eat in a day, and every day is different because some days I'm just not. That's another thing. When you cut out the carbs and sugar, you don't get nearly as hungry as you used to think you were all the time. So I eat eggs, I eat bacon, ground beef. I eat a lot of ground beef. My favorite breakfast is 8-ounce patty of ground beef with 2 or 3 slices of bacon wrapped around it and fried in the cast iron frying pan, and 3 or 4 over easy eggs. Yes, Gregory, you may ask questions.
Yummy.
Go right ahead. Well, I'm not a granny yet. Sorry.
I am.
You are? Yuri said he needs a granny for a girlfriend. Oh, well, thanks for being
Oh,
here. Oh, okay. I think we're gonna.
so you do some time restricted eating too, don't you?
Yes, not usually intentionally, but
Yeah,
sort of like an intermittent type thing. Yes. Most of the time I don't eat after about 4 p.m. and then I'll have my breakfast
exactly.
usually around 8 in the morning.
Yeah. We go like 4 to 9, pretty much.
Okay. Yeah, that's me most of the time.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wake up early and I'm hungry right then. So then I'll eat something.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes a big difference too,
Mhm.
especially for sleeping,
Yeah,
I
right.
think.
I know. I sleep much better if I don't eat anything at night.
Right.
Okay. Does anybody else have uh Gregory, I'm not sure. I know a few different people named Joe. I'm not sure which one it is, but I do have I know some people named Joe, yes. Oh, you're just too funny. Okay. This is kind of a serious thing. Oh, hi Darlene. Glad you're here. You'll be able to watch the replay of it after it's done. It'll be you can watch it on Facebook or YouTube after it's over. Okay. Apparently, we have a few people who like to make not so nice comments. So they have been removed.
Oh, good. I'm glad I
Sorry,
don't see
guys.
them.
Yeah. Sorry, guys. Hi, Brenda. Glad you're here. Yeah, this was just to kind of help our friends with what we're doing, and I wanted to, make it so other people could hear what's happening too. But I'm not going to put up with some funny stuff and nonsense. So, anyway, okay. Hi, Brenda. Did you just get here? What do you typically have, Lori, for breakfast?
Bacon.
Bacon?
We have our Yeah, we have our like this morning we had our chocolate peanut butter bar and bacon. And tonight we had a chaffle with turkey breast,
That sounds
um,
good.
and
This will
another peanut butter.
this will be one of those days I eat after
We do
4 p.m. because I'm getting hungry. So,
we do a lot of dairy.
do you? I don't do as much. I don't.
Yeah,
I eliminated most of that because I realized that I was being congested and I couldn't breathe through my nose at night. And
yeah,
when I eliminated the dairy, that all went away. But I do use butter. I use butter and ghee. I do use a tiny bit of heavy
right.
cream once in a while, but not regularly. Yes, I drink
Yeah, no,
coffee.
we do a lot of, yeah.
Yeah, I
Do
may
have
have it slow.
a little bit of drainage in the morning
Yeah.
when we've had a lot of cheese, but it passes quickly
Yeah.
and it doesn't affect my sleep. So
Mhm. Oh. Hi, Cindy. Hi, Debbie. Yeah, I'm much better without the dairy most of the time, but I do still have some on occasion because I love cheese. So I will have a
yeah,
little cheese once in a while. But, it's kind of like a trial and error type thing because when I first
yeah,
started this, and I'd watch all the different things, I watched Dr. Barry and Sean Baker and um, a couple other
yeah.
people, and I just, it's different for everybody, it's good for everyone, but everyone's
Yeah,
bodies are a little different. So things affect us differently.
and I had arthritis and psoriasis, so I probably shouldn't have dairy, but for the most part, I'm good as far as, I mean, I walk for 8 miles if my joint. So as long as I don't know if keeping the exercise up is helping.
Hmm.
Uh, but yeah, I've been thinking about doing it like a dairy-free month to see if there's a difference, but I don't want to because I love my dairy.
I know, because when I was diagnosed with the Hashimoto's this past summer, I was told to cut out all dairy. And that's how I finally did that. And I can honestly
Yeah,
say it was kind of hard because I love cheese and I love heavy cream and stuff like that. But
yeah,
I did it and I was really amazed at the difference it made, not to mention allergies,
yeah,
like seasonal, what I thought were seasonal allergies. It was related to the dairy because that went away.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
Yeah, it's probably something eventually I have to give up totally, but it hasn't really hurt anything so far. So,
mhm. Yeah, I know
and we do a lot of dairy. So,
none of us like to give up our favorite stuff. My favorite
right.
thing before
Now,
I started
if I
this.
could give sugar up, I can give dairy up.
Yeah. Yeah. I had to give up pizza and ice cream, regular. But now we know we can
Yeah,
have that just in a keto version.
right.
And I
Yeah,
went from keto to carnivore. And I guess I'm more of a ketovore, which is carnivore with some veggies
right.
thrown in here and there. And
And we don't do hardly
I
any veggies.
yeah, I don't do very many veggies at all. I'm almost 100% meat and eggs and butter. But I do have
Yeah.
some. I like asparagus, and I'll have a little bit of yellow squash here and there, things like that. And if I want something, I'll have
Yeah.
it, but it isn't very often.
Yeah. Vegetables, because I'm not used to having them, they do my stomach in worse than dairy does.
Mhm.
So
Mhm. Yeah, the
I
vegetables.
get, everything dairy. So
Vegetables. Yeah. Yes. I have that if I eat tomatoes. Oh, that's when I can tell that I still have arthritis in my knee, because or anything
ah,
like that, because it'll flare up about a day later. Um so I, as much as I love those, I avoid them almost all the time now.
yeah. Yeah, those I don't think generally bother us. That taco bake that I made the other day
Yeah.
basically is just ground beef, heavy cream,
Mhm.
cheese, and eggs. And the only thing that's not carnivore is the seasoning.
Right. I know that looked yummy. I was like looking at that.
So
I
it's
see your stuff
we
every
just
day,
finished.
and
Yeah, yeah, we just
mhm.
finished the last of that today.
Yeah, it looked really good.
Yeah,
You,
that's it. It is, and it's very filling. So I mean, it's
mhm.
got. I did a double batch, so it's 12 eggs, like a cup and a half of heavy cream, pounds of ground beef, and the cheese. And I don't measure my cheese anymore.
Mm-mm.
And the taco seasoning. That's it.
Cool. I wanna
Now, and you can add sour cream if you want cream, and we did put some salsa on.
that sounds good.
Stuff you're not supposed to have when you're trying to lose weight.
Yeah, I know. You know what's really amazing is if you look at the pictures of all the stuff that you have posted, and the pies and stuff that I experimented with and made this past holiday season. If you just looked at that and didn't know what it was, you would think, "Oh my
Oh my
god,
God.
you can't eat that," but you can, and oh my, is it good?
Right.
And it doesn't hurt you. So I'm glad that you
I,
inspired me for that. And one of my other friends,
well, I
Sarah,
think
she
I'm
was
making the
on.
pumpkin cream pie.
Did you bake it yet?
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, you inspired me to get started. And my other friend, Sarah, who was on here earlier, I don't know if she's still watching or not, but she inspired me as well, because she does this, but she goes and works out. And she is the one that inspired me to get started going to the Y and then up to Planet Fitness. And now I have another, oh, more gains gym that I joined. And so maybe someday she would want to come on with us and talk about the working out part, because that's really cool too.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't like working out. Never
Well,
did, even when I
I
was
never
young and
used
fit.
I never used to, but I like the weights. I don't really care for those dance classes and all that Roomba and Zumba or whatever
Yeah,
whatever it is you call that. I
yeah,
don't like
that's
that. But I do like doing the weight machines. I really like doing the
yeah,
weights. So that's cool. Yeah, Debbie, you can come out and hang out with
yeah,
us. She says she wants to lose about 10 pounds. Well, yeah, come up to my house for a month. You'll lose more than 10 pounds.
for real.
I'm just looking at the comments to see if anybody has any more. Okay. Okay. Well, I think this has gone pretty well, except I think we had a little bit of a slow connection If it looked like we were freezing up on the screen, that may be why. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I've never used this program before, but this is kind of fun. I like this. And I think we might have to do something like this on a regular basis, maybe, because then once everybody knows that it's on, we'll probably have more participation. So thanks, Lori, for coming on here and
Well, I'm really proud of you for
helping
doing
me.
this, making this to do.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm really glad that you came on. Thank you so much. How about I cook
Well,
something?
like I said, yeah,
Go ahead, Lori.
no, this is, yeah, all new to me too, as far as I've never done one of these. And again, my laptop, I haven't been on my laptop for years, so it's like the first time I've ever been on it, I totally forgot how to use it.
I know, isn't that awful? When we get old, we just forget stuff,
It
right?
is.
But
Yeah,
oh,
well, it's like,
Cindy wants us to cook something on the live stream.
oh my.
You're welcome, Brenda. Maybe I'll have another one next week.
Well, and really you only need like a couple of like treats, like the snow and the peanut butter, the pie. You only need a couple of those when you first
Yeah.
start, because when I first started, I was doing the sugar-free pudding, but aspartame.
Yeah.
I didn't do that very often. But I had cravings, but it wasn't for sugar. I had sweet cravings, wasn't for sugar, because you know, dozens of donuts could have been in my house and I wouldn't have touched them, but I still wanted that sweet, with my coffee. Um,
Right.
and the sugar-free pudding with heavy cream is delicious, but the aspartame in it was giving me a headache.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, there was some trial and error in the beginning there,
Mm-hmm.
but
I think it
yeah,
always is a
because the
little
cream
bit
is
of
so.
trial and error.
Oh yeah,
Look at
and I
this
did eat a
before we
lot more vegetables in the beginning.
right, right. Well, before we sign off, since I didn't cook anything tonight, and neither did Lori, I do happen to have right here in my hot little hands. Ha, look at that. Look, look, look. You know what that is? Mm-hmm. I bet you
What
don't
is
know
that?
what that is. It's ground
I
beef
don't.
jerky.
No way.
Uh-huh. Mm.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm. I made it last week in my dehydrator. Mm-hmm.
And I have one down in my basement. Never used it.
Get it out, and
I'm
you can
gonna.
make some of this. I don't think I even wrote this recipe down, but I think I used about 4 pounds of ground beef. I used I didn't use soy sauce because I don't want the soy, but there's a substitute for
Yeah.
that, like that liquid aminos or
Uh,
something like that.
aminos. Yeah, I
That,
have some of.
and then you can use a little bit of liquid smoke
Got
and
that
just
too.
some garlic powder, onion powder. I'll post it on my Facebook page.
Yeah.
Uh, I can't remember all the ingredients. There wasn't a whole lot. Anyway, I just did that, and then I put it in a baking pan, like a cookie sheet which has that little lip around the edge, those aluminum, the big
Yeah.
ones. I put it in there
Yeah.
with a silicone liner on the thing, and I used my
Hmm.
rolling pin and I rolled it completely flat and thin until it was only about 1/8 of an inch thick, or 1/4 to 1/8 of an inch. And then I just put it in the dehydrator. Well, I put it in my oven first because I had something for the dogs in the dehydrator when I first started it. So I put it in my oven at 170. I think it was in there for about 2 hours, just enough to firm it up and everything. And then when my
Yeah.
doggy, oh, it was liver treats I was making for the kids. And when that got done, I took those
Mm.
out. And then I took this out, and it was all in one big sheet. And I just cut it up in little strips about an inch wide and put it in the dehydrator and finished it in there. And it's really yummy. It's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, all right, guys, I don't see any more comments in here or questions or anything. So I think we're going to end the broadcast for now. But thank you, Lori, very much. And I
Oh,
think we should do this
my pleasure.
again. Cool. All right. Well, good night, everyone. And
Hey,
thanks for
well,
watching.
congratulations on your first podcast.
Oh, thanks, Lori. Thanks for helping me with it. That it was awesome. I think it's
Sure,
kind of
sure,
we'll do it again. Maybe next week. All right, guys.
sure.
Have a nice day and thank you very much for watching. And we'll see y'all later. Okay? Bye.
All right. Enjoy your night.
You too.